Okay, everybody, let's go! We got the grand final coming up here. It's party time. Right now, today, what we have is a best-of-5 series between Final Showdown and Team Rage Quit. This is Heroes Lounge Division 1 Plus. Now, we're going to talk about this in just a moment. If you're not familiar with it, don't worry. I'm going to catch you up. I'm also going to explain why we don't have a draft for this one. But first, let's introduce our players. On the left side, we got Hazorps on Junkrat, X-Ray on Rega, Ultralisk on Imperius, Skok on Hogger, and Bad Benny on Garrosh as we're headed into Infernal Shrines. On the right side of the map, it's Shiza Kid for Team Rage Quit on Diablo. We got Alex on Malfurion, Shy on Dehaka, No Game No Life on Hanzo, and Limu is playing Tychus. And I can already hear the panic in the voice of some people as like, I know Team Rage Quit, but what is happening on the blue team side? Don't these guys play for different teams? And yes, indeed they do. But this is the amateur scene, actually. Now, we got Heroes Lounge in Europe. It's the biggest amateur league that we have in the European scene, and they have divisions ranking from 1+ down to 7, and it doesn't really matter if you're a bronze player, if you're a plastic or wood league player. There is a division for everyone. But they established this recently, Division 1+, where we have a lot of top teams playing, or top players that band together in a different team. So it's a little bit of a free-for-all. It's a lot more about having fun with some of the boys that you maybe don't get to play with on a regular. And that's why we're having the mixed team on the blue team side here. And this is the end of season tournament. So they went through the entire season with a big round robin there, and then it leads into a final tournament, and this is the grand final, the best-of-5 series that will decide which one of these two teams will take the championship. I think it's season 17 even. It's incredible. These guys have been around for ages. And again, if you want to play on a bit more of a competitive level, you're tired of the Storm League bullshit, then just head over to heroeslounge.gg, check it out for yourselves. Totally worth it. Great community and much more fun than playing on Banner itself. But yeah, either way, as we headed into this, also a quick note, the reason why we don't have a draft here is quite simple. This is all casted from replays. One of the things that happens when I cast these games, I mean, these days we have so many games with the Masters Clash, the X Cup, Meta Madness, that it's difficult to catch these games while they are happening. So I'm currently doing this after the fact, and unfortunately, Blizzard's replay system doesn't save draft information. So we can't go through the draft piece by piece, which is why we're starting directly into the game here. But as the first game starts... Oh, nice one. Limu in a bit of trouble, maybe. Nah, they can't follow up, but they go for Diablo, and there's the kill. Nicely done. So, Hazu was looking to get another one, but Limu escapes. Doesn't change the fact, though, that the blue team has already taken 2 kills and is now on level 4. So, a very solid advantage early on in the game. Limu with his Tigers, by the way, is following a trend that he has now shown multiple times, where he heads into a full-on auto-attack build, has on level 1 pressed the advantage for the extra range, and we get him within the rhythm. Now, with the level 4 talent that he showcases here, it's usually quite important that you're making the play in the first few fights to get initial stacks, because that is obviously an exponential play that you are trying to execute here. If you get the early on stacks very quickly, then it helps you to stack towards the late game. If you're missing out right at the start, then you're never really able to establish a proper duration increase on your level 4. Makes it a bit difficult to get proper value out of it. But anyways, now that we still have that 1 level lead for the blue team, the problem, of course, that Team Rage Quit is going to face is that level 7. Level 7 talents are very crucial when you're fighting for Punisher number 1. And that's something where they really have to now try and figure out how they're going to deal with it. If they're just leaving the Hark on the side lane until they get level 7, or if they maybe even give up on that, because the gap is huge. There's a camp that has been taken by the Final Showdown. Red team didn't spend that time. So this is a big disadvantage in the first battle. And Shiza Kid is already getting flipped back here. Nice! Boop in, boop out. He escapes and bam! Is back in the heap and goes down to Hogger. Diablo eliminated. They try to go for Shy. The Haka's also in trouble, and whew! We are off to the races as the Final Showdown is trying to drop the final curtain on Team Rage Quit. They are absolutely crushing them here in the first battle with 4 kills to 0. And that big of a lead in experience, that's definitely not an opening that Team Rage Quit is going to be happy with. So it feels a bit like the red team hasn't woken up yet properly. Maybe they need a bit more coffee. Heavily recommend that, by the way. It's kind of weird, honestly. For the first, I want to say 25, 26 years of my life, I didn't drink coffee. I tried it like once or twice, never really liked it, didn't enjoy it. Yeah, and then I went to university, and one day I had to just power through the night and learn for an exam, and yeah, was living in an apartment that I shared with a few other people, and they had a coffee machine, so I just tried it. Went for the big coffee pot, and all of a sudden I was hooked, and ever since then coffee is one of the most important staples in my life, it feels. Was kind of shocked, by the way. There are apparently people that when they are stopping drinking coffee, all of a sudden suffer from headaches and shit like that. I tried it for a while too, and I was like, do I have a problem? And yeah, didn't affect me in the slightest. But it was interesting to hear that apparently some people, when they're stopping drinking coffee, are having real withdrawal symptoms. And I was like, what? So yeah. Either way, at this point, the red team is also withdrawing from the fight a bit. They lost their fort, and that was more or less inevitable. But the blue team, of course, using that little push power that they had here in the approaching level 10 to be even more aggressive on the map. And this is exactly what they're currently trying to capitalize even more on by sneaking the opponent's camp away, locking this one in too. Yeah, and that's an easy peasy one right there. Alright, Shizakid gets attacked as well. Poor Diablo, he gets bounced around pretty heavily. And yeah, we'll see. But again, down to the bottom of the map, what else are we getting? We currently have level 10, and that gives us a shockwave, but we also get Rhaegar with a bloodlust. And up to the top, yeah, Shiesty. This is the nice thing for them. They got a global right now, so they can at least keep the Haka on the side lane, get a bit of experience. The problem that I highlighted a bit earlier, by the way, is now starting to come into play for Limu. He's in a situation where he has only 14 stacks, tries to get a few more against Skok here, but obviously it's pretty tricky when there's no stun against the opponent. Another fort destroyed at the bot lane now. So yes, Team Final Showdown is doing very well here, but finally a kill! Down goes the Fleabag. Hogger is down, but Limo also gets killed, so that's a 1-for-1 trade right here. And yes, I like it. Okay. A bit of a sign of life. Still a bit late and still without level 10 ability, so that makes this fight not really a promising one for the red team. They were able to get the sneaky kill in as they ganked up on Hogger, but they still have to avoid the real battle or they're likely going to be punished. And yep, Malfurion goes down. Easy kill against him. They follow up with Diablo. Yeah, that is just rough. Dibbles, he got his souls, by the way, just before he died. I'm not quite sure if in this case this is a good or a bad thing, but he's back to business. Down to 25 souls on the other hand, so that's the downside of all of this. But here we go. We got the fort in the middle, down to 50% HP, and that is the last remaining fort that we have for Team Rage Quit. So, 24,000 damage for the Junkrat, and 30,000 for Hanzo. Hanzo's always cheating with the damage output. Always high up there. Nothing that you can really do about it. So currently we have the Haka just doing his thing at the side. As usual. The Haka and his little side job as an experience pool. So off we go. Yard in the mid lane, still a bit of a defense being set up. And finally they have level 10, right? The problem is that they're now again trailing behind a Talon because 13 is on the board for the final showdown. But at some point, you gotta make your play. I mean, at some point, you really just gotta hunker down and say like, alright guys, are we just gonna sit here and defend all game long? Or do we eventually make a play and just take a shitty fight, hope that it goes our way? Because just relying on a gank every now and then is not something that they're likely gonna be able to pull off. We got 7 kills to 1, it's a 2-level advantage. And this is a bit tricky. I mean, they're apparently letting this one go. So the only real idea can be that they apparently feel that they can defend against the push at the bot lane. And I assume that they believe they can get level 13 and then force a fight. That seems like the best play here. So, yeah, we'll see. For now, up at the top side, they're even popping Odin. I'm not as much on board with that choice. I mean, on the one hand, they're going to get some damage in on the wall, but I was expecting Odin to be used on the defense, and, well, that's not going to be the case anymore. Good luck with that. So Diablo goes down in the middle as the blue team is pushing. The Immortals at the bottom of the map, but they're trying to take the fort down first, with success, I might add. Now, Dibbles is going to be back, but without Odin now? Hansa hasn't even made a choice yet. I mean, come on, bro. Doesn't matter if it's this... I mean, I expect Meme Strike at this point, given how long you waited for it. What's the arrow going to do for them? I mean, time will tell, but currently they're just getting murdered. Game number 1, they need to wake the fuck up. Hanzo down, still not picking his ult. Malfurion is also getting attacked. This might be a quickie on game number 1. There's a chance that Team Rage Quit is just looking at this first game and just chalks it up and is like, alright, whatever. That didn't work. Should have probably played a warm-up game or something, because that came out of nowhere. Either way, they don't seem to be ready for this. The grand final starting off likely with a victory here for the final showdown, as the blue team is clearly making a play for the core now. Yeah, only 10 minutes into the game, and they are absolutely crushing. Hanzo finally fired an arrow through, but that is too little too late. Try to be sneaky, that didn't work. 2 talent advantage by now, by the way. A 2 talent advantage for the final showdown. Level 16 versus level 12, and that's a victory in game number 1 for the blue team. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, final showdown with the lead, everybody, against Team Rage Quit. And yes, the red team received a little bit of an ass kicking on the first map. Seems like it's also hammer time again on map number 2. Hazorps with the Panzer, the German with the Panzer. Yeah, that can only go one way for Team Rage Quit. They gotta be real careful. I mean, they have some heroes that can go for a deep dive on Hazo, so we'll see if that's gonna be enough. Bad Benny's playing an Uberak for the team. We got X-Ray on Anna, Skog on Urel, and Ultralisk on Liming. Over on the right side of the map, it's Team Rage Quit with Shizakid on Johanna. We got Alex on Brightwing, Limu on Genji, Shai on Sonya, and No Game No Life is playing Sylvanas. But yes, they are attempting to gank up on Urel. Seems like Liming is going to help out a bit, so it's a 2-3 split now. They were obviously expecting the Sylvanas push, so they didn't go for the traditional 4-1 right at the beginning of the game. But down here, this is where they're soon going to get an assist as soon as Liming decides that it's time to move back down. But yeah, so it's hammer time for Hazu, and we have seen that play from the Hardo, so now Team Oxygen as they are called again. And they are playing it here too. Normally it's Nick that plays the hammer these days, but Hazo obviously has quite the history with that particular hero too. Hammer's kind of wild, because for the longest time she was not played anymore, especially in the post-HEC era. And then all of a sudden she just popped up again, got played for a couple of months, saw a lot of games, and then disappeared again. Oh, nice! Limu, look at him! 30 hit points. Hazu! Doesn't get the kill. Yeah, he nearly got in range there, but I don't think that he would have been able to eliminate Genji. And now it's the exact opposite. Hazu went a little bit too deep, and Limu gets the second kill. Definitely one of his better Genji games now. So, good stuff. That gets them the lead with the 2-0 on the kill count, as they're obviously attempting to fight back in this best of 5 series here in the grand final. It's kind of important. So, can they go a little bit deeper with this and tie the series? That's the bigger question. But some neat plays that are already being made here. Down to the bottom of the map now. Well, we still got them in position for this. It's all about the camps at this point, of course. And after we've already seen the red team take one, we now have the blue team responding in kind. But up to the top lane, they also got to deal with this little play here. So that's another problem, because all of a sudden the wall is falling and Sylvanas is enhancing the push even more. Easy structures taken down, and Hazu is just a bit too late to really deal anything about it. So here's the level 4 talents also for Team Rage Quit. Another lead, and they are already threatening a kill against Urel. They're even attacking the fort now. There's still some interplay down at the bot lane, as we have the blue team trying to use their camp as well to get some pressure at least. But well, as it stands, Trumferet is a level 4 talent again for Liming. We have in this case the Hand of Freedom for the Space Goat. Yes, the fort has indeed taken some damage. And yeah, Limu was even hoping to go for a bit of a hammer kill. Couldn't. Spray game of Hazu. Absolutely on point here too, by the way. But they're now aiming for the camps. Both teams do. So we'll see those shamans en route. And then it's just a matter of who's going to be able to lock the first immortal in and push with it. Yeah, hammer time. A little bit of a different build from what we are seeing from particularly Nick these days. So on level 4 we got the traditional talent for Hazops here with the siege tactics that he's using. Trying to get the unstoppable frames. Could of course particularly help him as well if Sonya decides that she's going leap. Also if Jojo is heading into a blessed shield. Yeah, any kind of stun honestly would really do well there. Yeah, and as they're going for the objective, guess what? No game, no life with the Sylvanas went towards the top and just said, okay guys, I'm going to help our camp a bit to push here. And he's done a lot of damage. Brightwing is now coming in too, so they're currently trying to get Sylvanas out. And it seems like they can. Yeah, but they haven't taken the objective yet. They won the halftime show on the other hand. So this is going much, much better for Team Rage Quit. I really think game number 1 was a bit of a wake-up call for them where they realized, yeah, this isn't really going that well. But here, they're looking much, much better now. At least in the early stages. Still got to be careful. Especially, of course, with Sonya here, as she seems to be the next target. And it's a closer call on the Immortal than I expected. But still, the red team takes the win. So, with that, we have the first Immortal with a very small shield moving down to the bot lane. The fight is still ongoing, though. And Benny is a bit low. Benny is dead. A noob got wrecked. Nubarak is down. Benny turns into dead Benny. And, well, with that, we now have them, of course, with a big chance to at least drop the ball here. I don't think they can do very much more than that. They still have Sergeant Hammer here. Shield isn't really too big. But, again, 3 kills to 0. More than a level ahead. That's about as good as it gets this early on. So, let's see. Oh. Limu. Ah, of course he goes for the kill. Now he's screwed up. He should have just stayed there and killed Ultralisk. Honestly, that was probably his best play, so he tried to be a bit sneaky here, and I can totally understand why. He still buy time for the top lane pressure. But once that he was committed, I think there was no other way to get out of that situation but to try and take the kill. Instead, they can't get the counter kill topside either, since Urel is able to move out. Hazops is currently pushing them back a bit. But that's, of course, damage now done. 1 tower down, the wall attacked, damaged. The wall down here, the bot lane fort completely destroyed. And generally speaking, Team Rage Quit ahead. So the hammer is having a couple of problems. It's not going that well for them, but we're also not on level 10 yet. So they try to commit to the bot fort again. Yeah, Benny's moving in from the side now, but he has also no game, no life, so can disable the structures once again. And Jesus, these forts are taking a beating, aren't they? But here comes the flank. Bad Benny moving in. They're trying to get Shizakid out, and that didn't work. So that's the drop right there. Easily taken, nicely done, and off we go. Another quick jump by No Game, No Life. But here we are. Limu dodging out on the stun. If Benny connects this one, they might have another chance of taking Genji down, but honestly, I think the best that they can hope for here is a bit of damage. Now that the Immortal is coming up, of course, we're just waiting for the next camp to be deployed here. So Hazo, he's currently still doing his thing. He has his level 7, can weave those auto attacks in. He's sitting at 14,000 damage now. Top damage in the game. But with level 10 abilities, with that level 7, I think things are gonna look much, much better for him too. Traditionally, I would expect BFG to be taken. Nick has lately gone into the Napalm Strike again. But yeah, we'll see. They are going for the jump. Hey, look at this, X-Strike, and like everything. There's the leap, and that's a dead hammer. That's how you take the hammer down, everybody. You just drop everything on her. Yeah, they jumped in with the Falling Sword, with the X-Strike, and then also with the wah from Sonya. I mean, just check it out here. Everybody's just jumping on the hammer. It's literally like an all-out collapse on the Sergeant, and that final leap there was the last straw. So Hazu dies, 4 kills to 2, and yeah, they're looking pretty great here. They are destroying the top fort even, or the top keep even further. They dropped the wall here. We now have them with a halftime show victory. It's a 5 versus 5 again. It's BFG, by the way. So kind of as expected. Yeah, but what else? Ultralisk. So far, so good. 16,000, 17,000 damage for Sylvanas, by the way. Hazu, he's at 18,000 by now on the Sergeant. But they are looking for another fort at the bottom of the map. I gotta say, Team Rage Quit really is showing a completely different game from what happened on map 1. Infernal Shrines was very tricky for them. They never really got a foothold on the game, and it always felt like they just didn't have a proper warm-up. Now, on the other hand, they're just getting kill after kill. They're jumping on Ana. She has 0 tools to escape out of that situation. And it seems like we're gonna get another kill since Urel doesn't have her ult. But they're not really following up on that? What? So let Urel escape. That was a bit weird. But okay. So with that, we now have the next play for the Immortal, and this is going to be a much, much bigger shield now. So unless there is a bit of a miracle where the final showdown is able to save the Immortal and turn this one, this is going to be a big, big play by Team Rage Quit. I cannot believe that they can't kill these heroes. First, Urel gets away. Now these two are able to escape. That's just nasty. Now the objective is still claimed by Team Rage Quit, but how the hell can they always get away here? That's incredible. They should have easily gotten another 2-3 kills during that last fight. And instead, they are still sitting at 5 kills to 2. Again, they are ahead. They have a half-level lead, and they are massively ahead in structures. But those are the situations that can later on come back to bite you in the ass. So, let's see if they can use that Immortal, or if there's a chance for the final showdown to bring it back now. So, yeah. There we are. They put everything into that basket down here. Level 13 talents, of course, are also a possibility for them. They're very, very close. One more minion wave, and it should be in their hands. But not sure if it's enough to take the keep here. Because the Immortal has already lost its shield and is now in melee mode. But Sylvanas is enhancing this. There's a level 13 now, so that's the power spike that we're hoping for. BFG is out, good damage. Shy is jumping in. Triple stun from Anubarak though. But we also have Jojo on the way back out. Genji, yeah, he's gonna get away. The Immortal is doing damage towards the keep, but can they get the kill here? They're trying to go for that Benny. He's literally in the corner waiting for the cooldown, and he doesn't get it. One down. They go for X-Ray. He barely escapes, but the Immortal is already gone, and they haven't destroyed the keep yet. They might still try to make that play. Everybody's low. There's the kill. Urel is gone, and Genji, he's just hoping to drop the granny. But they can now definitely go for the keep. It's 100% gonna fall. And that is such a fantastic lead for Team Rage Quit. Seems like they might just be able to tie this best of 5 series. Great performance so far. We have 22,000 damage for Genji, 33,000 for Sylvanas. And the blue team is struggling. The final showdown is definitely having a couple of issues here. It's not really working that well. The all-out aggression that we're seeing with the mobility from Team Rage Quit is a problem, particularly for Ana. X-Ray just can't get away. Whenever they move in with Jojo... I mean, keep in mind, one of the first reasons why Jojo players picked Falling Sword in the first place was Ana. It was Blessed Shield all day, every day. And then Ana became more and more staple of the meta. And a lot of the Janna players realized, well, if we go for the Falling Sword, she doesn't have the mobility, we can really give her some trouble. And now they got X-Strike against them as well, and the Leap, and Hazu pays the price. He goes down too. That's another kill right there. And Team Rage Quit came into this second game with all the rage they could muster, and it's serving them well. Ana is dead again. That's the third time that she died. They're going for Skog, and Urel might fall now too. Survives it, barely. But Team Rage Quit is 2 levels ahead. Let's make it 1.5. And they're looking just really, really good here. Yeah, and of course, there's another Immortal now up on the map, so they can play it. I mean, they have so many ways how they can play this one out. They're so close to 16 that they can just soak that half level. They are also with the 5 versus 4 on the map. They could... Oh my god, do they actually get the kills here? Oh, no, maybe Benny. Oh, 90 hit points on Benny, and instead they lose Sylvanas. Oh boy, really? Don't tell me the blue team can actually turn this one. No fucking way. The leap hits nothing. Absolutely nothing. Zoning leap by Shy. Benny is still alive. How did he survive 3 times now with negative hit points? Yeah, Sonya is dead instead, and oh my god. It seems like the final showdown is bringing this back. They're trying to go for Brightwing. They're going for Jojo. Benny finally falls. Thank god. He had no right to survive the last 2 engagements, and finally he got deaded. Genji comes in with a second kill. But of course we have 60 now also on the board for them. And they gotta also deal with the catapults down here. That buys them some time. Doesn't change the fact that the halftime show was a big loss now to Team Rage Quit. But they're going to be back with 5 on the map in just another moment. And the blue team is now the one suffering. But yep, once again, got the damage coming in. The blue team is losing the hit points on the Immortal very, very quickly now. So yeah, that should be another Immortal for Team Rage Quit. The level 16 turns are too great. That was a nice one. Stunned into the Immortal stun, I like it. Good sleep dart from X-Ray. Sonya jumps on Ana again, and everybody is on Ana. They're all hot for Granny. It's a little bit of a kinky one, but still, they really want her, and they get her time and time again. I can tell you one player that doesn't have a lot of fun this game, and it is, you guessed it, X-Ray. So, yeah. The Immortal is going to be one, and they might even get the game. Yeah, that's 3 heroes down. The Immortal claimed, and the top lane is already suffering. So this looks very much like we could see the final blow in this game 2 now between the final showdown and Team Rage Quit. The grand final of Division 1 Plus end of season tournament. The Immortal isn't even here, and the keep is already gone. Have fun saving the core now. Yeah, that was... nah. Final showdown, got a little bit drunk on the victory in game number 1 and paid the price in game number 2 here. The hammer play is just not working out. Way too much engage on the side of Team Rage Quit, and they're using it to putting pressure on Hammer, putting pressure on Ana, and Benny doesn't fare much better at the front line. Yeah, Sonya with another leap, tries to get the kill here. I'm not sure they can, but well, they do. It's a kill against the Nubarak. Sonya might fall, she indeed does, but the shield is already gone. The Immortal is taking it down. Li Ming died, and therefore the hopes to maybe defend with a bit of snowballing and a couple of resets on her abilities. Jojo doesn't make it either, but with 18 kills to 6, 18 kills to 7, that's game! The series tied as we are headed for game number 3 of the best of 5 series. Game number 3, series is tied between the final showdown and Team Rage Quit here at the grand final of Division 1 Plus. On the left side, we got Ultralisk on Malthael, but by the way on Garden of Terror, so they went for the big map this time. X-Ray on Rega, we got Skogan de Haka, Bad Benny on Murden, and Hazo on Sylvanas. I like that draft a lot. Now, Ultralisk and Malthael, that's going to be an interesting touch too, but you have side push potential with Sylvanas, you have Dehaka that can do the same thing, and you have Rega for additional clear on camps. That is very, very good for the map. Limo and Medivh for the red team. We got Alex on Brightwing, Shizaki on Diablo. No Game No Life on his Greymane is going to serve a similar purpose, going for camps mostly. And we got Blaze as well. Okay, so... with that, what are we getting in the mid lane? I mean, first of all, we're going to look at Medivh again. Bird Boy is already trying to get some stacks in here. And yes, off we go. Cheating as usual. The legal map hack is in the house. Has his 2 stacks together. And we got the Portal Mastery over here. Malthael, the Aspect of Death. Up at the top. Not really a hero that I really expected to see in this series, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, if he can get a couple of nice last... Is he even gonna go for last rights? I mean, last right's always nice when you can get a quick kill in. The problem is when you have Medivh against you, then it's always a bit weird when he gets the shield out, and you also have Blaze with the bunker. That's one of the reasons why I found it a bit strange that they are going for him in the first place. Now, you can play Tormented Souls, obviously, too. But generally speaking, when we're talking about a third frontliner, I would have expected them to go down a different path. I don't doubt, though, that Ultralisk can get that one out. I mean, we talked a little bit about this being a mixed team, and that one of the reasons why they can pull this off is that this is Heroes Lounge, and that it's awesome for them, you know, just to play with some different teams, have some fun here. It also means that they can sometimes just try different stuff. Something that you might not be willing to test yet in a proper tournament match, where there's a lot of prize money on the line, but something that you can just YOLO out here and see how it goes. Because, let's face it, Storm League is a shit show. It's never really, yeah, it's just not competitive. There's still people that honestly believe that Storm Lake is, you know, like, it's like the competitive, like it's actual competitive play. It's like so wild to me. There's so many people that don't understand the difference between actual competitive play when you're playing in a tournament, when you have top teams competing against each other in a tournament with prize money, let's say in the top 4, the top 8, whatever, and what's happening in Storm League. You get these guys that always, you know, come in and quote you some like win ratios of like Master Storm League and think it means something. It's so wild. But yeah, this is one of the things that we've been battling ever since even when HTC still existed. So yeah, super strange to me. But yeah, either way, what I was pretty much trying to say is that while we have Malthael here, and while he is pretty solid, it's also a good testing ground just in general if a team wants to play something a little bit different. I have, for example, not seen a whole lot of Medivh plays from Team Rage Quit, so it can definitely be that they are also saying, alright, let's see how we're going to do with this. It's something we've been practicing a little bit. Let's see what we can do against a team like the blue team when we are playing that particular combo. Normally when you're thinking about Limu, you're not thinking about his Medivh, you're thinking about his Tracer, you're thinking about his Genji. There's a couple other heroes that he will bust out every now and then, but Medivh isn't the go-to in your head when you are talking about him. So, good example. Either way, he's at 10 stacks now. They're still doing a few more plays here in the middle, so it's just all slowly and steadily focusing on camps that the teams are trying to get mercenaries in. Hazu, keep in mind, he can enhance these side pushes. The Haka can do the same thing if he survives, because right now they are ganking up on him right now. So, there we go. And the Haka is dead. The dinosaur is extinct once again. Kind of feel bad for him a little bit. So, yeah, there it is. It's actually kind of mean that there's a couple of heroes that can't ride certain mounts. I mean, we have a Raptor mount now. Do you actually, like, think about it for a moment, how happy Dehaka would be if, as a dinosaur, he could actually ride on a Raptor? I mean, that's a win right there. Don't you think? I mean, life goals. So, yeah, some of that thematically just makes a whole lot of sense to me. But yeah, either way, now we got at the bot lane, still a bit of pressure. It's portal time. That is allowing you to put Rhaegar literally into a corner. X-Ray is dead. The dog gets kicked around a bit. And Sylvanas dies towards the top. And she's not the only one. Seems like Muradin, yeah, he's not able to get the... He went for the zoning Stormbolt, but the Haka, he locked Greymane in and got the kill, so we got a lot of kills all of a sudden. Yeah, everybody and their uncle is dying here. 2 kills to 4. We're only 5 minutes into the game and we already got 6 kills. So this is getting a bit crazy. Yeah, Benny get attacked now too. Hello. Can they get a kill here? I don't really think so. Still very even experience, and they're all spacing out with the portal. For a moment I thought that Limu screwed up a bit there and was about to sacrifice himself. Commit honorable Sudoku. But yeah, he got through the portal too. But if there was another Stormbolt for Muradin, for example, that might have been the end of his 20 stacks that he has now. So, yeah. Anyways, we're closing in on level 10, and then of course the question will be, are we going to get the combo for Team Rage Quit? I gotta say that these days the combo just doesn't feel as impactful anymore as it has in the past, and they're not using it here either. They go straight for the Lightning Breath. We also don't get the thingy, the ley line. We have the Polybomb instead. Last rites after all. And on top of that, we got the Mind Control. Alright. Mind Control should actually not have the same duration for every single hero that you hit with it. There's definitely a couple of heroes that are so stupid that there's nothing to control there. So the duration should be shorter when you're trying to control them. That should just be a thing. The more intelligent the hero, the longer the duration. If you have a hero with glasses, obviously they're way more intelligent, so you can double the duration or something like that. But yeah, there's the kill. Malthael is down. All right, nice flank. Blue team losing another one. They're getting a little bit crushed here. Look at Team Rage Quit. After game number 1, they really started to step it up. Get the victory in game number 2, and they take a small lead here. It's nothing insane, nothing crazy, nothing that really helps them yet, but it's a start. Alright, they go for Bad Benny again. Can they get that kill? Muradin already popping the avatar, and he gets out. Alright. The mind control on Blaze, and he's dead. Why is everybody going for the Candy King Muradin again? Like, I don't really get that. The pedo skin. What do they do with that? Runs around and tries to give candy to little kids, especially when you're having Lily in the same game. That's just wrong. Can you imagine him going up against Lilian or Fia and just trying to offer them candy the entire time? Why does nobody have a problem with that? The only thing that he needs is the windowless van as his mount, and this is just getting full all kinds of awkward and just like weird. So now a kill against Medivh is resetting his stats, and it's both of them are killed. Sylvanas drops both, and well, that's the stacks gone. Goodbye. So that's kind of unfortunate. It was at 30 or something, so that backfired very, very quickly. But what I'm trying to say here is that Muradin needs a new skin. The Candy King is not okay. This is just not okay. That guy needs to be cancelled quickly. Yeah. that, by the way, got also cancelled. That was not a good lightning breath. I think they thought he was still on cooldown. Give the dwarf a proper skin. If I remember correctly, Muradin hasn't gotten any love in the skin department for a long, long time. I mean, there is people that would argue that Muradin doesn't need one. Li Ming instead needs a new skin desperately. And she has pretty much none whatsoever. So yeah. But the blue team is pulling ahead a bit now. So they have 5 kills to 5. Camps again taken. We got 2 seats on each team. So it's only a matter of time until we're getting the Garden Terror onto the map. And we got both of them on level 13 talents now. So, let's go. What about... Oh, the mind control on Blaze. And yeah, he still gets away. But they are starting to be in a bit more trouble now. And here, they still got the seat. Good for them. Problem is that Diablo's probably going to pay with his life for this. Yeah, they want him, man. They get him. The Lord of Terror once again dropped. Not so terrifying when he's dead. Well, they're trying to go for... Oh, poor Blaze. Yeah, they dropped him in the bush. Okay. Yeah. And the Garden Terrors have to be taken down too. Now, as far as defense goes, this is probably going to be the easiest that they're going to get all game, considering that it's a 5 versus 3, so you have a nice situation going, but they lost the bottom fort. Now they still have the one at the top in the middle to defend, and they're already on it. Go for the bullet. There's the drag. Stormbolt. Brightwing helping out. Greymane. And that poor Sol is getting silenced, isolated. Now Rega is jumping in too. He's gonna die. Don't tell me he's really getting out of this one. I expected X-Ray to jump in the entire time. Yeah, X-Ray apparently not going for the aggressive play. Still has the memories of dying as Anna last game over and over again. But this time you are the one with the bite, my friend. Diablo with a big engage, and that's going to be his demise. But the fort is down too. These drags are not bad from Skog, but Diablo is still alive. How the fuck is he still alive? I mean, damn. Look at him. Firestomp value right there. Yeah, full on Firestomp right through them, and every time they're clustering up around him to get the kill. Yeah, he walks away with a couple of hit points and makes it out of the fight. Kind of impressive, honestly. Didn't really think that he would live through that, but he did. We got 15 stacks again for Medivh. 2 forts down. This went much better on the push than I expected it. Way better, honestly. I thought they might get 1 fort. But instead they dropped 2. Got also some push through the middle. And well, there we're at. Now with level 16 talents available a level earlier for the final showdown, they of course want to force the fight. And they can now also go for the seed. No! Greymane! Last rights, and he's down. Greymane is dead, and they won. No! He has 20 stacks! He had 20 stacks. Dead again! Poor Medivh. Yeah, this isn't looking good for Limu and his baseline quest, is it now? Earlier he had around 30, died, now he has 20, also bites the dust again. And we have a seed that will be collected by the blue team, and that of course signifies another objective, this time in favor of the blue team here. Okay, so we got push. That is a weird-ass push. Greymane isn't even here. Diablo and Brightwing tag team at the bot lane. I mean, good luck with that, boys. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to accomplish here. You can maybe damage the Web Beaver a little bit, a little Garden Terror. But still. Ah, they won level 16. I don't know why they need both, but fair enough. So 16 is there, so I guess they're gonna head back now. Diablo already did. They're pushing through the top lane instead. Mid lane doesn't even get defended. They're just sacrificing the fort here, as they will have to. And down at the drag. I want the Garden Terror to just come in and slap the Fruit Fly around a little bit in a situation like that. Instead, they're slapping Medivh again. I feel like at this point, Limu is more or less giving up. So, yeah, there's another quick hit. There's a kill. Diablo! Yeah, this time the Storm will connect. And that's the end of him. That stun was a bit too much for him to handle. The Haka is still at the bot lane. Top side, Garden Terror is still pushing a little bit. And yeah, this is rough. Keep is taking damage. All of the forts are going to be destroyed. And they are behind by nearly 2 levels now. So yes, it is once again the final showdown that is starting to claw their way towards a potential victory. They want to take the lead in the series again. After they won the first map, they got smacked around a bit on Battlefield of Eternity, but right now things are looking way better for them. 6 kills ahead. Heavy damage lead too. Currently got 48,000 for Malthael. Interestingly enough, Medivh is the top damage dealer for Team Rage Quit. Again, he is the DPS player, it's true, but still. Okay, so another quick attack. There's the last rights. That is not going to do enough. No. They expected him to have way less hit points in that situation. So couldn't finalize that one. But they're all dropping low again. It's starting to get problematic for the red team. It seems like Blaze is going to fall here. He bunkers up in the last moment, and Murden is the one that dies. Oh my god, Team Rage Quit actually turned this one. They're trying to chase them, and they're getting another one. Nice! Back and forth plays right here. Love it. So they get Malthael, they get Murden, and they get Rhaegar. And now the chance to drop a keep. Nicely done. I did not expect them to have a chance to facilitate a comeback here, but they are doing exactly that as we speak. Now, Skork has realized they're likely going to lose the keep at the bot lane, and he's just saying, okay, boys, maybe I can do something up at the top. I don't even know why he heads back. He should honestly just try and get that keep for them. I don't know what the Haka... Yeah, and he actually stayed a little bit longer. So he's always just going to Hearth, cancel. Just checking if anybody comes his way. In this case, he realizes, okay, he's actually committing. So some on defense. They can't get the top keep because of Diablo, but they might get... No, they're not getting that kill, but they can get Greymane. Yep. Good kill. Still lost the keep though. But they're also getting closer to level 20, so that's another one. Yep. Very, very close to the Storm talent. And 3 stacks is much, much better for the last rights on Malthael's 10 than I expected. With Medivh and Blaze against them, Bonker and Shield, I did not think that they would be able to get this many stacks together. That honestly comes a bit as a surprise to me. I mean, it's not insane, don't get me wrong, it's not like he's done with the quest or anything. But still, that's 3 solid kills that they were able to lock in with him. 15-second cooldown reduction. Got the Pit Fighter in the meantime for Rhaegar. Yeah, and of course now a chance to just siege up at the top lane. It's pretty much what they have to try and pull off now. Siege up at the top lane, make a play for the keep, take it down. There's not really too much to be gained by gathering the seed here. Everybody has 0. So you're much better off trying to force a fight, capitalize on the 20 a little bit. The window is closing though. Team Rage Quit is getting a lot closer. Limo is providing the vision that he needs to, so they know exactly where he is. And we get the final curtain here. So a little bit more poke this time also from Malthael. Yeah, it is Sylvanas again that plays a big role with this push. Just disabling the structures. How does she do that, by the way? Like, what exactly is that? It's like a tower and then all of a sudden it doesn't work? Is the tower afraid of you? Paralyzed? Like, how is that working out? If Murky or somebody like that, you know, would do that, I would get it. Like, it's slime, everything gets slimy. You gotta get someone in there to clean that shit out. So, that makes more sense to me. So, if Murky had something like that, like an extra passive or whatever, then I could get, like, they could get away with the explanation there. But how is Sylvanas gonna do that? Sylvanas gonna sit here and is like, what do? Well, I'm dark. Okay, great. Darkness personified, and all of a sudden the structures are afraid too. It's a little bit weird, honestly. Very, very weird. But yeah, she can help with those pushes for sure. Now both teams have the level 20. A lot of terror, by the way. On 20. And we also get the Arcane Brilliance. Not that brilliant today. Haven't still completed the baseline, my friend. Medivh, I'm sorry, but like, how brilliant can you be if all you do is fly around as a bird? Fly like an eagle. Okay, there's the fight. If they can win this and turn it again, that would be insane. But Greymane has to move back out. One seat has been taken a bit earlier. The keep, by the way, still not down. So still an advantage structurally for Team Rage Quit. Okay, let's go, Benny! Benny jumps out. The Candy King survives again. Red team was going for the quick hit, but instead the drag, and he needs to bunker it up hard, or the last rides would have killed him too. Blaze survives, but now they use more or less all of their cooldowns here. That could become problematic. Benny with the zoning Stormbolt, hitting right between the gap between the two heroes. Yeah, but here comes the Haka, and he doesn't miss that drag, but he gets stopped. They're still looking for the kill on Blaze. Good isolation. The contagion is really hitting them hard here, and they're getting slowed down too. So it's a really nice back and forth battle between the two teams. Team Rage Quit looking for a while like they might be the ones getting the kill, but the final showdown keeping themselves alive. And now they control the choke point here. That's also where Malthael with his 20 can help too. Muradin jumps in just to be turned into a sheep immediately. Meh. Just be careful they don't buy new boots, my friend. Yep. And they go for the camp in the meantime. I love this, by the way. They're just like casually taking the camp. Wasn't even planned. But the poor siege giants have been wrecked. Okay. The fight is still going on. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, a lot of terror has been used now as well. And yes, the kill. The double kill. Diablo is going to be back. Greymane not so much. He's down for the entire duration. For another minute here. As they're making a play for Brightwing. Alex is down. And oh boy. A double Stormbolt. Yeah. 34 stacks for Medivh. He might die once again. Saves himself. But he loses Blaze. And I guess Diablo is now also going to get murdered once more. 17 kills to 8. 17 kills to 8 in favor of the blue team. Another Stormbolt, and Limo is getting away. But the rest cannot escape. Seems like it is game for the red team. Yeah, we are having the final showdown, just cleaning house now. There's nobody else to defend. Limo might try to get his quest completed, but that's all that he can do. Go for a little bit of a mini game against them. The core is falling, and he has nothing to stop them. So the lead in the best of 5 series will go to the final showdown. Yep, mind control is in. Quest completed. Time to feed. Still, he finished it. So big shout out to them. On the right, on the left side, by the way, Catapults attacked the core 2 and nearly dropped it. But it's a victory for the final showdown as Team Rage Quit loses on Garden of Terror. Game number 4, final showdown with a 2-1 lead in the best of 5 series here at the grand final. We got Tomb of the Spider Queen coming up next, and on the left side, X-Ray on Malfurion. Ultralisk with Thrall, we got Hazops on Lunara, Bad Benny's playing Jojo, and Skok on Blaze. So, triple front line for the blue team, as they're of course hoping to lock in the victory in the grand final here on Tomb. On the right side of the map, Limo is back on his Genji. We got Alex with Stukov, and it is a traditional sniper comp. They have Varian with his taunt on level 4, trying to prep the plays for Stukov, Leoric with the slows, and then Hanzo played by No Game, No Life. So they go double Shimada on this one. And trying to lock a couple of kills in. Okay. So, what can they do here? The 3 spray, in case that you weren't aware of, it's 3 years since HGC got killed by Blizzard. So it's a little bit of a sad memorial spray that we have here. There's still rumors out there that it's celebrating something. It actually doesn't not. So yeah, it's just like, it's a little bit like a rip spray. But yeah, it's been 3 years. 3 years, long time. Okay. Long time in Spain. Worked out for the better for me. Much better than California here. Anyways, Skok at the bot lane is surviving against the gank. Yeah, Varian doesn't have his taunt yet, so he gets away. At the top though, they use that little time frame to start pressuring the wall and taking maybe even an entire tower down. They're working on it at least. Here comes Shizakid, jumps in. Oh, Malfurion. Goodbye, my friend. And there's the second kill. Lul Nara meh is also dead. I like that Jojo played a bit with the vision on the gate, but still, that's a nice double kill to start the thing off with. 4-team Rage Quit. They're of course going to try and retake the initiative in the series, force map number 5, and go the full distance against the blue team. Now, if they can do that or not, that's a bit of a different question, but we're gonna find out quickly. We have down to the bottom of the map now. At the same time, Skok doing his thing, and maybe even locking those... Can he lock the camp in? I mean, he's not even going for it right now, honestly, but that's always a chance. Yeah. They're going for the bruiser camps instead. So that's what we're getting now. Not too bad. So if you lock the bruisers in and you push through the middle a little bit, siege giants at the bottom would of course also be nice, but nobody really wants to do the work for the opponent just to see a gank heading your way, and then you have to abandon it. And instead we now got the taunt in. Varian has been practicing all of his insults and one-liners in front of a mirror for the first 2 minutes of the game, but now he's ready. Comes into Malfurion and is like, of course Tyrande left you. You're total beta, and Illidan is cooler than you, and Malfurion is like, and immediately starts attacking him, or tries to. The guy is old, you know, but doesn't die. Gets out of this one. So yeah, 2 kills to 0. And there might be a counter kill as Leo is thinking about activating his trade a little bit. Instead, they're shifting focus. They're going for Stukov this time. Oh boy, all of them are getting low. And that's a double. Stukov is down, and so is Leo. Yeah, he was only skin and bones anyways. But they dropped the 2 of them. Shizakid with the 22 gems that he was still able to recover is able to make it out of the fight, but he didn't look too good either there. So the chance to go... Oh, Leo? Yeah, careful, my friend. He came back and nearly died again, so that was a problem. But either way... Oh! Hanzo! Hanzo's dead! And the quest is completed for Thrall. Yeah, that is a very good mid lane push that they just executed there. They got a lot of structural damage in. I would also say you should go back, Leo. Yeah, just go back for a second. But yeah, they got a lot of structural damage in. They got 3 kills in total, and all of a sudden it's the blue team that is ahead. But that taunt down here, even followed up by the lurking arm. That was beautiful. But the gems get recovered by Hazu. So at least they didn't lose that, right? So yeah, but top side, still Ultralisk with the sustain that he has through the Trolling Thunder on the level 1 is so far doing well. Benny is turning in a few more gems. It's 30 against 0 turned in so far, but Shizakid has 27. They're trying to get a kill here. Where's the taunt when you need it? Yeah, not available. The Iron Skin was out a bit too fast, but they need to turn in, and they just can't because the blue team has already completed their first objective. So with that, we have all of a sudden an opportunity for Team Final Showdown to maybe take a fort down. Yeah, level 7, the Ancestral Wrath, as usual. We also got the Nature's Cure over here. That's going to help a bit against Anduin. Varian. Anduin is also pretty good against Varian. Anduin is actually a very, very good choice against Varian. But yeah, that would be horrific if they can get the kill here. Oh, boy. Yeah, Genji is down. Shy gets the gems, but that's one hero missing for the defense, and that is bad timing. The Web Weavers are already on the wall, and now we are playing a 5 versus 4. Yeah, that is going to hurt them. For sure. You're not gonna survive that all that easily. This is definitely going to play a big role now, because as you can see, the top fort is heavily under pressure. The same goes for the one in the middle, where the Web Weaver is all alone and nobody's even dealing with it. The 1v1 at the bottom of the map is also still ongoing. So they're losing structural... I mean, they're losing structural integrity on every single lane right now. And it's easily gonna be a fort in the middle. And this top fort is also just very, very low. That is a great first objective for the final showdown. And if they can just somehow buy themselves a little bit more time, where Team Rage Quit doesn't get a turn in, especially not with Varian, who has most of the gems for the red team, then they can get level 10 and play around that too. So they get another fort here, more catapults pushing. And all they gotta do is stop Varian for half a level, and they have complete dominance over the middle of the map for a small window where they can maybe even force a fight. Jet propulsion, and Stukov is dead. Stukov is down, and boy, are they in trouble now. Limu is also gonna fall, so that's a double kill. Level 10 abilities are there. No way. 40 gems on Varian. Goodbye. 40 gems gone. Oh boy, that is rough. 3 kills against Team Rage Quit, one of them Varian, who held 40 gems. Nobody could get close to recover them. So now they're down to 11 gems. They already turned in 30, but that is way too much that they just lost here. Nice CC chains that we saw from Blaze, from Jojo. She initiated with a Blessed Shield, and of course Thrall too. Yeah, that is more than a bit problematic, and the boss obviously is an absolute inevitable choice now as a follow-up. There was still no heroic abilities for Team Rage Quit, and without those you just can't take that fight. Not even speaking of the fact that they didn't have enough heroes on the map either. So right now, boss at the top lane. I mean, the only thing that's going for Team Rage Quit here is that the boss is 7 minutes in, not that strong yet, so the defense should be okay. But they have to abandon now the turn-in point again. There's a chance for another Web Weaver wave for the final showdown. They're getting closer and closer to have all the gems together that they need for turn-in number 2. And they are trying to do exactly that. They got 32, and that's enough. So if they decided to go for the turn-in now, especially with Skog here, they could pull that off. Benny, he turned in. Okay. So now they have Blaze on it, and well, that's it. That's another Web Weaver wave. Red team was trying to do the same thing, obviously. They had Shy on the point with his 20, and that would have given them a Web Weaver wave, the first objective. But instead, we have the final showdown pushing ahead even further. So, here we go. That's the push right there for the bot lane fort, and maybe even for a keep. That's the next one. They might have a chance to take a keep down too. 7 kills to 3. Web Weavers touching ground, and they are touching Leoric in dirty places. That's a kill, and those gems, gonzo. Limu got a few. He's at 20 gems now, so he got at least a couple of them. He didn't get all of them though. And that is not only another few kills, but also an opportunity to now get the middle. And let's not forget that they also locked in additional experience. No, not like this! No, Genji, Limu, what are you doing? Oh, he has the Genji complex where he's trying to go 1v5 and then he dies and loses the 20 gems that they had. Oh boy, this could end right here. It wasn't that bad. It was bad, but it wasn't that bad. But now they could end the game right here. Because you're losing your keep now. The bottom fort has been destroyed. The top keep is being attacked too. They lost all of the gems. And this is just a total clusterfuck from the perspective of Team Rage Quit. They're losing everything right now. We're 9 minutes into the game, and that's the second keep that's falling. They're getting absolutely demolished. The final showdown is going to through Team Rage Quit like hot butter through cheese at this point. 10 kills to 3, and it is just insane. It's a total ruffle stomp. They have 30 gems delivered and only hold 11. Alright, a few more now that they just took the wave down and collect everything here. It's finally enough for another turn in, but good luck with that. Boy, are they in trouble. I love how everybody on the blue team is like, well, there's nothing to do. There's no camp up, there's no boss up. Can't do anything. Let's just turn in. So they just deliver the gems that they have. Nothing else to do on the map right now. Now they can try and go into a fight. There's the arrow. Maybe now. Is it a bit of a comeback? Yes! At least they get Bambi killed. Bambi is dead. They try for another move on Skork. There's the double kill. Limu popping off. Raging hard here. Yeah, he was a little bit mad that he died and lost the 20 gems. He was just, alright, boys. I'm gonna go for it now. I'm gonna try and take them on myself. Gotta redeem myself for dying a bit earlier. So this should at least be one objective for Team Rage Quit. I mean, that's the moment where you can't lose Genji. Careful. No, but at least they got that, right? It's level 16 that they also hold. They waited until Hanzo could aggro the camp at the bottom of the map, so that's good for them too. But now they should be able to get, I mean, at least a fort. 16 is a threat, definitely. But they need to get something done here. Poor Leo is up at the top and has, like, wave duty. Needs to take this down so that the Web Beaver can at least theoretically still try and do a bit of damage. Always want to keep those catapults back, but there's level 16 now, and, well, I don't know. I expected them to push more aggressively and get Leo involved in the fight too. Now they are at least opening the wall up in the middle, but they need to do a lot more than that if they want to have a chance of coming back here. I mean, I get that they don't have level 16, but you gotta make a play at some point. Stukov is dead. Great sundering here. Beautiful flank from Thrall. Very well done. And with Hanzo now dead too and Shizakid about to die, this is looking really, really bad for Team Rage Quit. Yeah, they might lose it right here. With 3 down, only Genji and Leo still alive. What stops the blue team from going for the core here? Do they have enough for a turn in? Do they really just defend and then turn in? I expected them to YOLO the shit out of this one. Just cross the map, go for core. Death timers, yes, granted, they are still a bit low. Boss is up? Hello? Yeah, they're right. Boss is up. Alright, fair enough. Take the boss and go with that. Way better call. Not realize that it was about to pop back up. 45,000 damage for Hanzo. 39 for Thrall. And, well, as it stands, here's the desperate attempt of Team Rage to somehow save the game here. The Entomb is out. Boss is about to be taken. But even with the follow-up from Stukov, that can then silence everybody that gets caught here by Leoric, it doesn't seem like they're gonna get the hit. The bunker is there, better safe than sorry. Boss was already taken. Limo couldn't get the kill on Blaze. Now they go for Leo. Trade activated as Leoric falls. We already have the shield getting a bit stretched here on the side of Team Rage Quit, but there it is, the fight, the kill, the double. It's a triple, baby. Genji and Varian are all gone. That leaves us with Stukov and with Hanzo, as the final showdown is marching to victory in game number 4. They are about to lock in the win here at the grand final of Division 1 Plus of Heroes Lounge.gg. So job well done. Blue team, the final showdown, able to crown themselves the champion of the Heroes Lounge season in Division 1 Plus. Team Rage Quit taking still a respectable second place, so congratulations to them as well. But the victory in Tomb of the Spider Queen and this best of 5 goes to final showdown. GG, well played.